and welcome to Vacation Rental Owner's Guide and the Owner Spotlight. Today I have with me the Bo Mason, who has a really great place in Bali. So I'm very, very excited to talk to him, find out about his place and his experience as a vacation rental owner. So say hello, the Bo.
Hey Steve, hi everyone. Thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about how you started, and I'm sure you're going to make everyone very, very jealous when they find out that you live in a great place and you happen to have two amazing places in completely different parts of the world. So give us a little background on that and how you started.
Well, as you can maybe tell from the background or from the sound around me, I'm currently in Bali, actually, as you said, where I have two houses being built, and also I spend the rest of the year in St. Bart's in the Caribbean, where I also have two other houses, and all those houses are actually rentals. What means that basically what I do during the low season, I move into the houses, and when it's the high season, I leave them and go to the other part of the world where it's the low season. So I'm like a very lucky bird, if you want. I migrate all year round, so it's pretty neat. So and I love living in shorts and with a t-shirt and a shirt, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that is fantastic, and I really love how you get to stay in both of them during the low season, which happens to be at opposite times of the year, so that works out perfectly.
Yeah, it's very lucky, but actually, like a lot of people in sunny places, there's like one overlap, which is Christmas. Christmas is high season anywhere you go in sunny places. So what I actually do for Christmas? Well, I go to Paris and stay with my family. So that's not too bad.
There you go.
It's good for the family and it's good for the business. So I'm happy.
Perfect. Well, so how did you actually pick Bali? And tell us a little bit about what you love about Bali and your place in particular.
So I was a business owner in France, and I had a vacation rental in St. Bart's in the Caribbean. So the plan was really not to go to Bali. I was not in the cards. But 5 years ago, a friend of mine, another French guy, built a house in Bali on the beach. And I said, I'm not really that attracted in Bali, so let's go and visit him. That's a good idea. So I visited the place, and I was like, wow, it is beautiful. I mean, I woke up there in his house. I was actually also rental. And in the morning, I walked on the beach. It was a black sand beach. And the sun was like acting like a mirror. Like the water and the puddles on the beach were just acting like a mirror with the sun. It was like, on this black sand beach, it was beautiful. So I walked like for 25 minutes, and I looked up this piece of land on the gentle hill, gentle slope, going down to the beach. I went, wow, that's a beautiful piece of land. And there was a farmer in this piece of land, and I was with an Indonesian friend, so he could speak Indonesian, and we just talk about this land and how it would be beautiful, and the farmer actually was the owner of the land and said it was for sale. I'm like, what? And short story, I ended up buying the land. It's beautiful because it's just on this wild beach. There's no building. Of course, now there's one building, the house, my house, and it's between rice fields, rice paddies, where you're going down gently on the slopes, and they die and melt into the sea. It's wow, breathtaking. So that's how I ended up also falling in love with Bali, which was very convenient because it's just the opposite of the world with St. Bart's, but that's how it started.
Fantastic. Well, instead of talking about it, which is great, why don't we do a screen share so people can actually see Your website.
The place of the land is called Bulung Daya. It means the land, the place of seaweed, if you will, in Balinese. And to me, it's really a beach retreat. It's just, again, it's my vacation house, and that's how I see like things. It's wild. There's nothing else, and it's great to reflect on, you know, your life and on business, for example. So that's really how I see the house. You want me to go through the gallery?
Yeah, you don't have to go through all of them, but yeah, just go through some of the nice ones, which, I mean, they're all nice, but yeah, just
Sure.
pick the
Oh,
ones that you want to speak to.
so the way I conceived the house, it took 3 years to build it, between the I know, making sure the land was ours, and just building the road to the place. There was no road, nothing. So, and also we wanted to be a very nice design. So we just decided, as you can see, it's in between a beach and rice fields. There's another other way to see it. It's really there, and we wanted to be modern, because I like modern things, but with the Indonesian style. So it's like modern Indonesian architecture, and if you go, it's also, as it is my own vacation home. It's not like a gigantic place. It's 2 bedrooms.
Right.
Um, there's an office, because obviously I work from here, and I know that most people who now want to have a luxury beach retreat, some people actually want to use it, you know, to reflect on things, to work, or maybe to start a new business. So it's really interesting that how things have evolved, and that people go on vacation but they want to stay connected. So the first thing I had to do was to get the Wi-Fi, which is not that obvious. It's really far away, so I do have strong Wi-Fi, because, well, it's my job. I work online too. So,
Yes.
and the other thing for luxury beach retreat is that you want to be there and reconnect with your family, with your friends, if you're close friends, if you stay with them. So you have to be able to stay in the house. And Bali is beautiful, the beaches are beautiful, but the sea is very dangerous. I mean, I'm quite a good swimmer, I think. In the Caribbean, I swim every day, but I would never swim in the Bali Sea. It's too dangerous, you know?
Really? Okay.
So
Well,
the
you
only
know,
way is to have a...
that amazing pool you have. I mean, that pool is just spectacular.
That's the reason why, because you get people to travel so far away in this retreat, and they're so close to the sea and they can't swim. That would be frustrating. So
Right.
the pool, 33 meters long. That's like 100 feet long.
Wow.
You know, it's like, okay, you can't swim in the sea, but still, you can swim. You can even make some kind of competition, I guess. I got a triathlete friend, and he's a triathlete, and he said, well, basically, it's a great place too, because there's a small gym in the house too. There's like a movie theater, a very small one, but you can, let me go to the view of the not just the house, but the sort of amenities. That's the living room, and the pool, and the pool. There, there's a gym with a massage table, of course. It's Bali, so you get massage, and a small, quite a good screen to watch movies. So it's really a retreat in the way that you're able to you're able to stay in this beautiful place. But of course, it's far away from the crowds of Bali, so which does mean that you could feel. We don't want people to feel stuck, because myself, I mean, I am. If you know Bali, Denpasar on the map, can you see the map correctly, Steve?
Yes, yes.
Small, but Denpasar is the capital city of Bali. And 80% of tourists would be staying in the south part of Bali here. So we'll be a bit further up north and to the west. There's nothing there, if you will.
How far is that in distance?
Well, it's Bali, so it's nothing. It's like 50 kilometers away. It's like I would say 70 miles.
Okay,
Which
great.
is nothing for us in Europe or the US. But Bali, it's very small roads mostly, and it's kind of hilly, so and a lot of traffic. You would be surprised. So the thing is, what we do with a rental, we give give to the people staying a car with a chauffeur for 8 hours a day, which means they can, of course, stay in a rental. They can explore the island. There are beautiful places like Ubud, which is very popular, or the Crater Lakes. Also, Braftan are just an hour away by car, so it's close. And
Nice.
we also give cell phones to people, local cell phones, because imagine if you were with you're staying with friends or you're older teenagers and they go to town and you stay in a villa. You want to be able to communicate, or even to call the manager of the house. We have a local manager who's there, and he speaks, of course, English. And we just want to make people sure that they are sort of at the end of the world, their own private place, full privacy, but they're not prisoners there, they're not stuck there. So basically,
Absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the things I noticed
that's
on your website was that you definitely offer a full suite of services to really take care of people, which is really nice. So anyway, yeah, let's talk real quickly about what are the things that have helped you become a successful vacation rental owner, over the years.
wow, a successful vacation rental owner. I feel like it's a bit embarrassing because I think it's not that successful. It's just life made it so that it's my full-time business, but it was really not how it was. I was just an entrepreneur in France doing online business, and I happened to have a vacation home. And when I sold my business in France, having now a house in St. Barts, not in Bali, I was like, I have to take care of the houses. And I was building the big one you saw. I was building that in Bali. It's really hard, so I had to travel anyway. So I was like, I have to invent this kind of new business. What kind of business could I come up with where I could be living in St. Barts in Bali, basically, because I have to take care of the houses, especially the construction. And I was like, how about making the vacation rental business full-time business and making it happen? That's how I started thinking about actually acquiring a smaller house in Bali. So I have a smaller house where I'm right now. It's in town, so it's very convenient because it's great. I can it looks like it's on a countryside, but actually if you hop on a scooter in 10 minutes you can reach the hip bars of Bali and the trendy restaurants. It's great. So really being successful it's just happened. So the success is different. I happen to be a vacation rental owner who had several houses. At first it was easy because, for example, the smaller one where I'm right now, I bought it from somebody else, which meant they had some clients,
Right.
and they had an agency they were using. So they were using that agency to get clients. But thing is, things changed. I bought the house 2 years ago, renovated the house. Again, because it's my taste, I want things to be a bit nicer, and because I spend time there, it's my vacation house. But
Yeah,
things
absolutely. You want to put your stamp on it, right?
exactly, but still, it's always hard. You want the house to be your own house, but at the same time, it's a vacation home, so it cannot be too personal either. I mean, it's not like I don't want people to have pictures of my family on the. It's nice, but they're not coming to stay with my family. So it's like it has to be. There's my taste, but it's not about me. It's about their vacation. That's always what I have in mind.
Definitely. I think
I,
that's a great point.
I do choose nice objects, nice decor things, but in the end, it shouldn't be too personal either. It's kind of tricky. But as I said, things change, and now agencies on the island don't bring that much business. So for me, the challenge was really to start getting direct bookings from people, from guests. So I did two things. First, just like everybody else, I started listing my villas on some websites, like HomeAway, for example, which is very well in the US. Um, and second thing I did was starting a sort of a blog, if you want, or online magazine. One's called realbali.com, where I actually share my tips about Bali, what to do. And the goal of that, I think it's interesting because first thing is that the content is really for my guests. It's like when they are in Bali, here are like the top 10 places around my house here, or itineraries, places where to go from the bigger house, because my houses are all connected. People are connected. I know they're going to come with their maybe tablets, and in all the houses, actually, all my houses have a computer, free for the guests to use. So I know they're going to go online. We all go online. So I'm like,
Yeah.
let's give a guide online. I can update. It's better than just a book. That I could print a book, but that's not updated, and it's on the go. It's hard to work with. So it's good. Also, it's good for people who would like to stay in Bali. They find out about me through this because I'm visible online in social media thanks to this guide. Because for example, what I do, I go to Twitter every day, and whenever I find interesting stuff about Bali or St. Bart's, or let's focus about Bali, I share things. And because I just want to be like this great resource about Bali. Because I know what
Yeah.
it's like. It's far away, and most people would come there just for the first time. Or it's like a honeymoon. You come here to renew your vows. You want it to be great, and you want to know about the island. Of course, you can buy a travel guide, but if you're gonna stay in one vacation place, you kind of want to know what's around and have like tips, personal tips from the owner. So that's what I do. I
Definitely.
try to go on these listing sites, and I try to also bring my own advice if you want through guides.
Well, that's what's great because, and that's in fact how I think we connected was on social media. And I think for your guests, if they can, find you, it's almost like they know you before they get there. They're going to meet somebody that they trust, even if they may not be meeting you in person. They've already they've already heard what you have to say about the area. They feel like someone's guiding their tour, which is really really nice.
It's true, Steve. Actually, it's a very good point to get to know me. Again, it's not about, for example, on the site, Bulung Daya, for the bigger house, there's like a tab with my story. It's not that I find that my story is the most important in the world. It's just that if you are going to spend a week in a faraway places, if I may say so, and you're gonna, pay thousands of dollars or more, I would say, you want to make sure that it's not a scam. Especially if you book direct with somebody. If you book direct with me, you want to make sure I do exist. You want to make sure that you want to make sure you can contact me, ask me questions before you come. And
Yes.
as I tell on the site, I know people will Google me. I know they will Google my name to see whether I do exist. So I'm help them out. I'm just okay. Here's who I am. Here's my profile. Google me away. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn, because that's what I would do. I mean, as a business person or as a tourist, I would, if I'm going to have this, spending my hard-earned money on something, and I also have the stress of making sure my whole family is happy. Like my
Yeah.
spouse get angry or mad because it's a scam and I was not careful enough, or we have this plan of having this retreat together and having this precious time together, and actually it's a very noisy place and it's totally not what the pictures showed. I'd be in trouble. So I want
Big
people to,
trouble.
it's about no stress. So Google me away. Here's my story, and somehow you can relate to me in a way or another, because if you stay in my houses, in a way, probably it's always again it's hard because I'm not my client. I cannot be my client, but in a way, the way my houses are means that some people who will stay there are in a way like things I like. I may say so.
Yes. No, that's a great points, and I totally agree with you on all that. So I think you're doing a great job, getting out there and making people feel comfortable with what you're offering, and I'm sure it's going to pay off even more in the future than it already has, just because that's where everything is going. More every day, more and more people are online and finding out about things that way. And if you're one of the people that are establishing yourself on the forefront of that, you're really going to benefit. So,
Knock on wood.
yeah. All right, well, great. It's been really great meeting you again, and I want to just wish you the best of success in the future, and thank you so much for spending some time with me here today.
Well, thank you, Steve. And again, if there are villa rentals or vacation rental owners around, I mean, the VR Owner's Guide is just a great resource. So do check out Steve's website. Because that's how, I mean, to be successful, I just don't invent things. I look at people who do great stuff online and learn from them. And Steve's website is one of the great resources. So just look out of the check out the website.
Oh, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it.
Welcome. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye now. Thank you.